Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Cimnanya. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about Kamala, who actually came out to talk about the young voters, and everything that has been going on between Israel and Palestine. She was asked what she think about young voters, and that is because you all see that Gen Zs, millennium boomers, everybody all came out and were like, we are not going to approve, we are not going to vote for you because of the way Biden is handling the Israel and Hamas thing that is going on. And she came out to say that, and you all know that Israel have the right to defend themselves. I mean, she was really being very careful not to mess up, and she ended up saying anything. I mean, she was like, she condemned like what happened, killing of innocent children and all that and that. But Israel have the right to defend themselves. And wait, I am asking, who are they defending them? So Israel have the right to defend themselves, and Palestine doesn't have the right to defend themselves, right? And you all saw everything that happened, a killing of the innocent people, and you call that defending yourself, killing innocent kids, taking away people's home, destroying people's home. You call that defending yourself. Ma'am, this is not defending yourself. And I hope you and the administration, I hope they never smell that seed. But at this point in time, I know that people are not in between the lesser evil, Trump, Biden, and people are jumping in between. You know what? Let's get into this.
Many say that one of your many strengths as a surrogate is your connection to young people. I believe that to be true. Now, voters between 18 and 29 years old stand out as disapproving of the way the Biden administration is handling the Israel-Hamas war. They do not support sending weapons and money to Israel. They are advocating for a humanitarian ceasefire. How does the administration respond to the concerns of this very important part of the Democratic voter base?
So let's start with this. And you're right, Sonny. In fact, in the fall, I embarked on what I called a college tour and met with over 15,000 students across the country. I just have to say I love Gen Z, by the way. I think it's a spectacular generation. But all of that to say, you're absolutely right. I have talked with young people, many around the country, and I've heard them, I see them, and I understand. I understand. But I think it's important that while we understand where they're coming from, which I do, that we not lose sight of the context, which is, let's just go back to October 7th. We can't deny the significance of a vicious, brutal attack that caused the death of 1,200 innocent people, a lot of them young people who were just attending a concert. Yeah. Women who were brutally assaulted and raped. And again, as someone who spent a lot of my career focused on those kinds of crimes, the horror of it. And all of that to also then say, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does matters. There have been far too many innocent Palestinians that have been killed. The president and I and many members of our administration have been very clear. I've been on over, I think, 14, 15 calls that the president has had with Bibi Netanyahu about what Israel must do to protect innocent civilians. We all want this to end as soon as possible. And how it ends matters.
Many say that one of your many strengths as a surrogate is your connection to young.
I know when you in the public eye, you have to watch everything you're saying because you're like under a microscope and people observing every little thing you do. And who knows, she could be afraid of approaching to people, publicly, even though she was a public defender and she used to be a prosecutor. But that's different because you're in the courtroom. She's in a streaming platform of millions, over trillions of people around the world, including America. And honestly, every time she opens her mouth, it takes a long time for the actual answer to come out. Now, the question to me is how your views with the younger people, how your views with the Biden administration, and how you could, what you call it. I mean, you know, the younger generation is nothing compared to the baby boomers and the Generation X. Pretty much, they're more liberal than we are. And they're the type of people that if they say they're not doing it, they're not doing it. If they're going to ignore it, they're going to ignore it. They're not going to be, even if you're trying to give them examples and try to persuade them, they're not going to be persuaded. They're persuaded in their own tune, you know. And the reason why I say that, because I got some Generation X in my family, Generation Z's in my family. And I see the body language that they project to you. They're not going to listen. They're going to do things in their own spirit. And sometimes you got to look at them. And to me, their vision and their expectation is what they see. They're not going to turn around and just submit under the submission. No. And I remember back when Generation X, we had that stamina. And then I don't know what happened, you know, because, you know, we were the independent group. We were the survivor group. We were the ones that found ways to do things and not get into trouble. The Generation G's, and I'm only speaking for some of them, they don't care what the odds are going to be. If their back is against the wall, they're not going to be under no pressure. They're the type of kid, they're the type of generation that if you're not going to give them the proper benefits, they're going to walk out that door and go find somewhere else. And they're not going to hesitate of not working. They're the ones that's not going to pay rent and sleep in their car or even have a tent and still go to work the next day, and you wouldn't even know that they're homeless. We will be sitting there contemplating, trying to pray, do all of this and everything. Not them. Now, with the college today, even the way you talking to them and telling them, educating them, they're gonna have a debate with you, okay? And with her, it's very crazy how, you know, I understand now she's trying to do her campaign thing by speaking to the new generation, telling them to vote, because they're the ones that turn around and say we're gonna hold back our vote, okay? And we're trying to convince them and tell them, no, don't hold back your vote. You can still vote, but you make sure the options of the people that you're voting. They tell you that vote doesn't matter, okay? And we tell them, yes, it does matter, all right? But with Kamala Harris, she needs to have a strong backbone. That's the only thing that gets me with this woman, okay? I don't live with her. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. And people keep on saying, oh, she does this. She donates to programs. She helps businesses. She does this and whatever. Yeah, but okay. But my thing is, you gotta be a fighter. You know, you're a woman. It don't matter what ethnicity you are, because people look at women like back in the days, even if we have a position and we have a higher position, they look at us like we're secretaries. They look at us like we don't make no comments. Like when she goes to overseas, they don't even assign her to go overseas. They give it to somebody else. That's the duties of the vice president, to go over there and, you know, negotiate contracts, talk to things and everything, the administration and all that stuff. How come all the vice president men did that? Okay, she's the first vice president lady, and she still doesn't get her accolades. People don't see what she does behind the scenes, because she needs a new publicist. She needs a new publicist. She needs someone to basically motivate and see what she's doing, because honestly, I still don't see the energy in her. I still don't see that she does anything. Even though she says she go to these places and stuff, you don't see it. Okay? I understand certain things cannot be revealed because there's situations, you know, negotiations and stuff like that, but I don't see it. Okay? Even if they do, even if the world do re-elect Biden to come back, they need to do more better, especially her. You know, regardless of her position as being a standby and whatever, she needs to do more. She needs to basically show what she's doing and let people know. She needs to not be open-minded to the whole entire world of all diversities. Okay? Don't just come running to our side now because you want to vote. Start looking at the option of helping both men and women. You see all the craziness that's happening with the Republican Party and how the way they're not bringing and generating bills. Like the first bill, the George Foreman bill, to prevent from police officers from harassing other people and doing racial profiling. How about the Emmett Till bill, that in a situation like that you need protection? Like the guy said, we don't need no damn medal. We don't need no plaque. We don't need no momentum. We need these laws to be effect. Even the gun control law. Because you're seeing all the mass shootings that's happening, even from last year. Last year was like Wild Wild West. You know, there's so much things that she can do in the midst of all of that's behind the scenes between she and Biden. They need to collaborate, because if you're looking at them, I see segregation. I don't see them working together. Okay, and they need to start to focusing on them and start focusing on the nation. Okay, if they want people to be inspired to want to vote for them, especially with her too. You know, I'm just saying, that's my honest opinion.
So this is all I got from this, and I am going to take something from what the woman said, Kamala, or what her name is. Kamala, yeah, her name is Kamala. She said Israel have all the rights, to protect themselves, right? But Palestine people don't have the right to defend themselves, right? And you all administration is in kind of old and a touch off, and they are out of touch with reality. It is amazing how she is saying that. Kids are dying in Palestine. What is going on in Palestine is bad, but Israel have the right to defend themselves. You are not even saying anything. You are still running around. She is still trying to tell me that for whatever Israel is doing, Israel have all the rights to do whatever they are doing and all that. And Palestine have also, they are at the receiving end, that whatever that is happening to them is because Israel have to defend themselves. I am not buying it from anybody because they know that not just only Gen Zs, because if you look around, Gen Zs and millennial, all of them, everybody, boomers, everybody is condemning what is going on. I love the fact that Gen Zs are all out there. No, the millennials been telling us, all of us, what has been going on all over the world way back, but we did not believe them, right? But I think Gen Zs experienced all that firsthand, Everybody saw everything going on social media. They were televising, covering, and all that. So when Gen Z found out that no, so this has been what has been going on all this while, they've been telling us that something like this has been happening, but we never listened. So I am also happy that Gen Zs and millennials, everybody all came out to say that if you all continue what you are doing, we are not going to support your administration. And they are all coming out, running around, looking for a way to amend things or make things look better, because they know that people are already seeing through their lenses. Like, people are already knowing what is going on, the horrible things that they have been doing and still doing, and trying to cover it up, because all I see is them trying to cover up. They found out that their social medias, PR and all that aren't working anymore on people, because people found out the truth. Then they are coming around looking for a way to, say one thing and the other, just to convince people that they are still. I do not even trust anybody that can permit, anybody that can support people killing innocent kids. No, there is no way. I know people are not in between the two bad guys, and they are looking for a way to choose the lesser bad person. And the two bad people are now the Trump and Joe Biden. And everybody is saying if I vote for Trump, I mean, it is all over. Some are saying if I vote for Biden, it is all over. Some are saying Biden is lesser evil than the other person. Man, it's all a joke, sincerely speaking. They are all joking. And they want to tell me that bombing hospitals and killing babies in the NICU and that it is called defending yourself. Taking people's homes is defending yourself. Killing children, defending yourself. Children that doesn't even know what you guys are fighting about is defending yourself. You all are liars, sincerely speaking, and I am not buying it. And anybody that decide to buy it, you are on your own. She is delicately, I mean, from what she is talking and how she was being very delicate and careful, and she said nothing. So absolutely, anybody that chooses to vote them, that is you. I don't know. I am not in the States, and I am not even supposed to choose whom to vote. So it is you all right now that will decide who that will be your president. Well, that's all I got to say. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.